I got some bad news about what most gurus are telling you about failure. Yes, of course, you need to fail, but not as much as most people are telling you. If you don't know who I am, my name is Matt Petruso. I own an insurance agency. I own a real estate investment company. I have created a life completely on my terms. I have complete financial freedom. I get to work with whoever I want, whenever I want, live wherever I want, and built a life completely how I designed it. But I want to teach you about how to not fail, right? Most people are telling you, you have to fail, you have to fail, you have to fail forward, blah, 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 blah. Yes, of course, everybody's going to fail. But I promise you, after many, many years of training sales agents and talking with people in the gym or helping people in real estate, whatever it was that I'm helping people with, the people that continue and win and succeed, they have to get small wins at the beginning. You can't fail so much that you never gain the belief that you can actually win. So when I first started, training sales agents, I didn't know this, right? I started training, I was just, throwing them out to the wolves, and I didn't really have any gauge to know who was going to be successful or not. But after training dozens of people, I saw a little pattern. A pattern started to show itself, and it was, even if it didn't matter how much money they made, right? Like the money was insignificant, but what was very significant was if they got even little sales, little wins in the first couple weeks. Because if you keep failing, right? If you fail for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and you never get any wins at all, I mean, that's disheartening, right? Like you have to be just so much pain and so much, there's got to be a lot of angst in your head to keep going, right? Like the pain of continuing to go has to be less than the pain of, stopping. So the reason why I say this is because a lot of people are telling you it's okay to fail, it's okay to fail. Yes, of course, but only after you started to get some momentum. You need momentum in your life to continue to go, and then the little failures along the way are fine and you can overcome them because you've already gained some momentum. But if you never gain any momentum and you never start to actually win, well, I promise you the ride will be very difficult. So how do you do this? How do you actually start to compound some small wins, right? It's very vital because people that usually lose weight or continue at the gym, there's a proper way to trick your mind into believing that you're going to keep winning. So you have to start small. You must start small. And when people say, you have to set your standards so high, but it's so vitally important at the beginning. If you're constantly losing, if you keep telling yourself that like I'm a loser because I set this goal of making $1 million and I only made 100,000, and then you believe you're a failure and like you stop trying to win. It's like no. Like you need to start small. Stop coming to me or anybody else thinking that you need to have these crazy high expectations, these crazy high goals, because when you have these things and you stop and you don't get them within like whenever crazy time frame or expectation that you might have set, you will stop, right? So what you need to do is realign yourself with, yes, of course, the long-term picture of where you're going, but pull it back, right? Like pull it back and say like, okay, well, if I'm trying to make $1 million, okay, that's fine. There's logical steps to get there. But what do I have to do first? What's the smallest win that I can get right now to put me on the path to make $1 million? Well, it's probably just like, can you make one sale? If the sale is $50, that's fine. Because if you never even make the sale for $50, stop trying to make a sale for 10,000, right? And I get it. People are like, oh, well, it's the same effort to make, $10,000 and $50. Yeah, but you haven't gained it. If you haven't gained any of the skills to make $50 from a sale, you sure as shit don't have the skills to make a $10,000 sale, right? Unless you're a freak of nature, right? Like I remember this when I was literally the first day on the insurance job, right? Like the first day that I started knocking doors, my dad told me specifically, keep going, sell anything, and sell something, whether it's 20 bucks, 50 bucks, whatever it may be, you need to sell something. So I was like, I was determined. So all day I was knocking, and finally at the end of the day, I met with a guy, and the premium that I ended up selling him, I sold him, you know, a hospital indemnity policy. You probably have no idea what it is, but I think the premium for him was like $30 a month. So it was very inexpensive. My commission was like $70, right? Like it was a tiny commission. I wasn't, you know, breaking the bank, but it built some confidence in who I was, that I was a capable person of making a sale. And if you never win at all, then you'll stop, right? So what's the easiest thing that you can do right now to start getting some wins? If it's going to the gym, what's the smallest thing that you can do? Okay, go walk on the treadmill for 5-10 minutes. Fine, you got out of the house, you left, you took the time to go and do something. Okay, great, do something. Then it compounds. But do not think that you have to continuously fail and fail and fail, and you know, this psychology of like you have to fight through the failure. No. You need to see the wins. You need to see, you know, how your actions are actually feeling good. If you're just constantly doing actions and feeling shitty about the result because you're failing over and over again, that's why most people stop even trying. I don't want you to stop trying. I want you to keep trying, and I want you to keep working. So if you keep working and you keep having little wins, it will compound, I promise you. And then someday you can live your life however you want. But at the beginning, please stop making these crazy huge goals. Just pull them back and then compound on top of each other. Okay, hopefully this was helpful. If you have any questions about how to go deeper into setting micro goals, shoot me a message, leave a comment, like and subscribe. Follow me over on Instagram, MOVMATT, and I will talk to you soon. Peace.